Jim Bowden wrote for The Athletic a story with the headline, "Could the Padres trade Juan Soto? 5 teams to watch if they try to move him this offseason." Number 1, the New York Yankees.
Great.
They are number 1 on the list. Number 2 on his list, the Boston Red Sox. And he writes, the Red Sox need to make a splash this offseason, and Soto would certainly qualify. It would also take some pressure off the young players that the team is developing. A potential Red Sox package could start with Alex Verdugo, who would immediately become the Padres' starting left fielder. Add in starting pitcher Tanner Houck and a couple of good prospects. And can you imagine Verdugo being a centerpiece in both the Mookie Betts trade and a potential Soto trade? He writes, I can't either. But with Soto having only 1 year of control remaining, it obviously reduces the return significantly.
Right.
He also lists the Mariners, the Giants, and the Cleveland Guardians. Those are the 5 teams. Let the Red Sox rumors on Juan Soto begin. Now, it may never actually get close to fruition, but I am going to enjoy every stupid rumor that we can get going this offseason, because right now it's all we've got.
Yeah.
Really. It's all we've got.
And again, it's the splash. We need a splash. The Red Sox need a splash. So if it's not going to be him, it's going to be somebody else. Tyler, your odds on this guy coming here? Like, seriously.
Not high.
No,
I
there
love
you
to
go.
dream about it. This is the guy you
call it a
talk
stupid
about.
rumor. It's a stupid rumor. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I like the rumor.
And with Bowden, you look at this. He mentions the Guardians. They would never trade for Juan Soto because there's no way they could afford to pay that contract, right? But when you talk about when the Red Sox traded Mookie Betts, their whole stance on it, their reasoning was, we are entering a period where we can't afford to give out that massive contract to take that leap. We don't have the young core in place. We don't have the farm system. We're not taking care of from a financial standpoint. We've been over the luxury tax 2 years. Well, this is your chance. This is when you can pull a Dodgers and say, all right, there's a young player. He's 1 year away from free agency. Let's throw all the money, and we're going to say for his contract, or at least the next 5 years, we're pushing all the chips in. It's about chasing a World Series like the Dodgers have. This is the guy you do it. But I'll be real with you. That package, that's not getting it done. I would drive those guys to the airport tonight to get this deal done. And he has a lot of connections. David Ortiz's neighbor, a lot of people forget that. Catherine Veritek posted the video yesterday. Him dancing with Jason Veritek and Pedro Martinez. He grew up a huge fan of David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez. He's talked about it again and again. But Hector Gomez has been pretty clear, and he was early on the Rafael Devers stuff, that he really likes San Diego and that they think as long as he gets a reasonable offer, the Padres are going to throw it at them. But I guess if you look at it and say, well, if they're going to pay Juan Soto, does that mean they look at Fernando Tatis Jr. and they say, well, hey, we look at Soto as generational. Tatis Jr., he got popped for roids. There's some clubhouse stuff, came back and had a decent year. Are they willing to move that contract off, which is, they gave him a 13-year deal. You can only have so many of these contracts on the books, but they're going to have to move one of these major pieces. I just think you're going to have to give up more because the Yankees, what they're going through in the playoffs right now, they're watching a guy in Bryce Harper. They didn't even care to pick up the phone when everyone was saying, go get Bryce. He grew up a Yankees fan, all this stuff. He's torturing everyone in the playoffs. Juan Soto can have that same kind of effect. It's the reason why, even with the Red Sox, he doesn't help you defensively. That's a concern. He's not right-handed, but he's that talented of a hitter. You have to be on him or you're an unserious franchise.
An unserious franchise. Well, you don't want to be that. You definitely don't want to be that. But I'm with you on this. I think it's a very small chance, but I'm not going to prevent it being a small chance to prevent it from getting excited about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is it raining?
I'll tell you, outside of Shohei Ohtani, this is the next biggest move you can make that would awake people and get people excited. David Ortiz would throw a party himself how much he loves Juan Soto. And this is a guy who's proven it in the playoffs. He's won a World Series. He turns 25 next season. 25. Wow. That's how young this guy is. We don't even know what peak Juan Soto looks like. You put the monster next to him and he can play around with that. It could be crazy. Him, Tristan Casas, Rafael Devers in one lineup. You will be one of the best lineups in baseball for the next 10 years.
Isn't that something to be 24, 23, 24? Call your own shots and say, yeah, I'm good on a 440. I need more. Like to have that mindset. And I know he has representation doing that, but come on. And Tyler's right, man. The young age, this guy would be here for a long time. Finally you're getting a name. Finally you're getting some star that you could, put on the front of your tickets.
Well, yeah, you have to sign him until he's age 40, though. But, yeah, he'd be here a long time.
And you got to work out with Scott Boras, who last time you had a serious negotiation with one of his players, you embarrassed yourself pretty badly.
Yeah. All true. But historically, this franchise does have a good relationship with Boris. You got to give him that. Historically, this ownership, this group of people that own the thing, they've put a lot of money in Scott Boris's clients' pockets. So come on now.
Beetle, if they went and said, hey, we're going to hold on to Juan Soto, but Tatis Jr., we're going to go another route. We think we got to move off of him. Maybe they blame him for a lot of their clubhouse issues. Would you bite on that?
I don't know that I would. I don't know that I'd be as excited about that.
I think it's risky, but I would listen if they're willing to kind of give it to you on diminished value, him coming off the roids and, not reaching the career peaks he was before that. But you're talking about a super toolsy outfielder, someone you could say, go play center field or right field. We don't have to think about it. It'd be the right-handed bat you kind of been missing, and you hope coming to Fenway, maybe a little bit of a cultural switch. He's still so young as well. He might come here and pop. I don't know if he's going to be Soto with the bat, but he doesn't need to be when you factor in the defense and the base running.
All right, so that's just a fun rumor. When there are fun rumors, we will continue to bring them up as it relates to this Red Sox offseason. And Shohei Ohtani and now Juan Soto are the fun rumors. Do I think they have any real appetite to do something like this? No, I don't.
No, but it's nice that they have friends because, who's Ohtani friends with? The Reebok guy, or is that New Balance?
Jim Davis and New Balance.
Yeah, okay. And Soto's friends with Ortiz. That's nice. Nice neighbor. Yeah. At least we're in the mix. At least you're being talked about.
Maybe David Ortiz would feel a little bit happier about his place with the Red Sox organization.